Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you today. You know what this is. This is Way Out Wednesday. This is Way Out Wednesday. And what is that, you might ask? Well, this is the day where you become the boss. You become the boss, and whatever's on your heart, you could give us a call. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Whatever's on your heart, we will talk about it today and talk about it in its entirety. So give us a call. Whatever's on your heart, whatever you are dealing with, whatever's maybe troubling you. There may be some things that's troubling you out there, and you want to just get it off your chest. There may be something that you want to talk about and just get it off your chest. This is the place for you to do so. Just give us a call, 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. We'd love to hear from you. I'm setting up a few things. Y'all bear with me a little bit. I'm making sure I get everything set and ready for you all this morning. Let me see here. Okay, got it. Facebook Live is up. Again, whatever's on your heart, man, whatever you're thinking about, whatever is ailing you, whatever, maybe you have something going on in your community that you want to talk about, give us a call, 678-381-1973. But before we get to the calls, I'm going to ask a question. And this is something that we actually talked about last night on Real Men Being Men. And I want to hear your heart on this. We always talk about, we'll talk about how the police brutality and how the police are killing our black men, boys, and women at an alarming rate, at a very alarming rate. And it happens all the time. It happens all the time. Every day you turn on the news, you will hear something about something happening in our community to one of our own. I'm not going to downplay it. I'm not going to say that it's not terrible, because it is. It's very disheartening to look at the news and see that the police officer has killed someone that looked just like you. Police officer has taken the very one that has taken an oath to serve and protect is taking out their guns, taking out their weapons, taking out their sidearms, and they're pointing it at someone that looks just like you, and they're pulling the trigger, leaving them dead in the street. It's not good. It's not good at all. And please understand, I would never say that it is. And there's no part of me that would ever condone this. But I like to deal with both sides of the coin. And I like to deal with them justly. Now, that is terrible. That is absolutely terrible. The picture that I painted for you is absolutely terrible. And it's happening at an alarming rate. But what also is happening, and we can't turn a blind eye to, is the amount of brothers and sisters that look like us, that are pointing the gun at someone else that looks just like them, pulling the trigger, and leaving them dead in the street. As they fall dead to the street, they walk away from that dead body. Black on black crime is just as horrible. Black on black crime, to me, is just as horrible, because at the end of the day, there's still a black or brown individual that has lost their life to a very violent act. So give us a call, 678-381. Good morning, good morning. Give us a call, 678-381-1973. How disheartening is it to you as an individual? It doesn't matter whether you're black, white, orange, polka dot, or striped. How disheartening is it to you to see black on black crime and what we're doing to each other? Good morning, Teresa. How you doing this morning? Teresa, give us a call, 678-381-1973. How disheartening is it, black on black crime? Yes, the police thing is terrible. It is. It's absolutely terrible. But is it just as bad when we're killing ourselves? When we're killing, and when I say killing ourselves, I meant somebody that looks just like you. I'm not talking about pointing the gun at yourself and suicide. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about homicide. Well, we're pointing the gun at somebody that looks just like us, pulling the trigger and leaving them dead in the street. Black on black crime, to me, is just as horrible. Am I standing alone in this? And if I am, that's fine. I'm still alone before. Probably going to have to stand alone again sometimes. But I want you all to give me a call. 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. Let's talk about this black on black crime. What is the root of this black on black crime? And what do we have to do? Still along before. What do we have to do to stop this senseless killing in our own community? What do we have to do? What do you think a solution is? What is the root of it? Because I say it all the time, in order to kill the tree, you got to dig up the root. You got to kill that tree from the root. So what is the root of this black on black crime? Do we just hate ourselves that much? Do we really dislike ourselves that much that we could take out a weapon in anger or whatever it is? That we could take out a weapon, point it at someone that looks just like you, point it at them and pull the trigger. Is it just that easy to do? I looked up some numbers. I wish I had them before me. I looked up some numbers of how many black, how the rate of black on black crime, and how many of our brothers and sisters have been killed by the hands of our other brothers and sisters, and it was hundreds of thousands that has been killed. Now, if you look at the slave trade and the amount of people that was actually bought here on the slave trade, and then you compare that to the amount of black on black crime, a lot of our people have lost and are still continuing to lose in this battle, in this war. I think there's really a war. There's a war out there against us. I think there's a war against us. And at this point in time, I think we're losing. I think we're losing the war. Now, somebody might say, well, Raheem, you talking about a war. Are you trying to, I'm not trying to ignite or incite anything. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just dealing with the numbers and what is actually going on and how it's happening in this day and time. Man, we have to do better. Honestly speaking, at the rate that we're killing ourselves, man, the organizations like the Ku Klux Klan, they don't have to do anything because they've planted something in us, and we've gone forward, and we're killing ourselves. We're killing each other. So what do they have to do? If we're doing the killing that they used to do, they just sit back and reap the benefits. Another end dead. That's what it is. Let me see. Somebody just said something to me. Let me see. I'm trying to get to that to what someone just actually said something in one of the posts. I read it in just 1 second, but I want you all to give me a call. 678-381-1973. 678-3. Good morning, Janice. Miss Janice Jones. Good morning. How you doing? 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Waiting on your call, man, and I need to know. And I need to know what it is that we need to do. How can we rectify the situation whereas we start loving and respecting each other to the point that we will not dare point a gun at somebody that looks just like us and shoot them and dead in the street. This black on black crime is totally out of control. Totally out of control. But what can we do? What must we do? So that we can get to a point in a place where we love each other, love ourselves, and stop this foolishness. Because if we don't do it, I want you to trust and believe me when I tell you, nobody else have any interest at all of stopping us from killing ourselves. Nobody. How can they benefit? I mean, what benefit is it to them that we stop killing each other? What benefit is it to them? How is it going to benefit them that we stop killing each other? They don't care. It's just one less black person, and they use a different word that they'll have to deal with. There's just one less black person that they will have to deal with. So why would they why would they even care one way or another? Why would they care? And anyone, honestly speaking, anyone that think they do care is honestly being foolish. They're being foolish because they don't care. They have a care in the world. Let them kill each other. I ain't got to deal with them. I ain't got to deal with them. Let them kill each other. We dig another hole. Throw them in that hole. Why would we care? That's how they feel about you. 1/3 of a human being is what was written that you are. 1/3 of a human being. Saying that you're not even a whole human being. So every time you kill 3 of them, you just killed 1. 1/3 of a human being. Every time you kill 3 of them, you only killed 1. 3, it takes 3 to equal 1. If you're 1/3. If you're 1/3, it takes 3 to equal 1. So if you are a family of 4, 3 people in your family would have to die for them to say that one person died. Technically. Because it is said that the way that they wrote it that is that you're 1/3 of a human being. Think about that for a second. If you are a family of 4, 3 people in your family would have to die, leaving you standing there by yourself. Your whole family is gone. And they say only one person died. It could be your mother, your father, your sister, and or your brother. But when 3 of them die, they say that one person just died. If they say that you're 1/3 of a person. Give me a call. What do you think about this? 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Again, 678-381-1973. We're going to play a song real quick. We're going to go to the song. We're going to play some the Canton Spirituals. The Canton Spirituals. The name of the song is I Made Up. Can't go to a song. Go. We got a caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Good morning, Mr. Rahim. How are you?
Hey, doing well, Mr. Leonard. That's Sir Leonard right there. That's Sir Leonard.
Yes. I got a little time before I have to get off, but I'm here.
Good deal. Good to have you, man. We're touching on a part of what we talked about last night on real men being men, and that is this black on black crime, and how we need to do something to get ourselves out of this situation. Because I said earlier that if we're doing this, if we're killing each other, organization like the Ku Klux Klan and organization Skinheads or whatever the organization is that don't like us, they don't have to do anything, Leonard, if we're going to do the job for them and kill each other. So in order to get past this, in order to get out of this situation, I'm always saying that sometimes you have to go to the root of the situation and kill the root. So what do you think, Leonard, from where you're sitting, and you can only speak from your experiences, just like I can only speak from mine, but what do you think the root of this black on black crime is? Do we just hate each other that much, or what do you think it is?
Well, my stance is going to always be the same. Violence is not a black thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to get rid of that notion.
Mm-hmm.
Violence that black people commit is no different than the violence that white people commit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So violence is usually a result of a failure to, the skills, personal skills to resolve differences.
Mm-hmm.
A lack of personal skills to resolve differences.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we were talking about the environment that breeds this type of violence, especially among young, let's say, African-American males. And it has everything to do with wanting to be respected and feelings of being disrespected by other individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily this notion, and this is why the problem is so pervasive. Because if you continually misdiagnose this issue and continue to make it a black love thing for some reason, you'll never resolve the issue.
So
because it's not just strangers killing strangers.
Yeah, but see, my thing is, if we deal with from that area, and we have another caller, we're going to go to the call in just 1 second. So caller, please hold on. If we deal it from that angle, And if it's not a black hate thing, it have to be the opposite is a black love thing. There's a lack of love there for each other because in order for an individual to point a gun at somebody that looks just like them and pull the trigger and watch that person fall dead in the street, Leonard, you can't tell me there's a lot of love there. There's no love in that equation.
No, that's not difficult at all. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't even look for love in that situation.
Exactly. So that's
and
my
see,
point.
This is the thing. This notion that it's somehow, and I've never heard anything more foolish than black people kill people because they hate black skin. That makes no sense. Now, if had you told me a white person would do that, it would make sense.
There's no difference in that, Leonard. It's the same thing.
Yes, it is, because there's a documented fact that white people have killed and murdered blacks because of the color of their skin. That's racism.
Okay, so what would you say it is when a black person point a gun at another black person and pull the trigger? That same projectile gonna come out that gun. The same projectile is gonna leave this person dead in the street. So what do you call that? That's and we already established the fact that there's no love there because there's no love in that equation. Because if you're gonna shoot somebody, if you're gonna kill somebody, if you're gonna murder somebody, there's no love there. What is it?
Well, one, there are people that have been married that kill one another. There are people with kids, related, brothers, sisters, that kill one another, that have professed their love for one another.
Okay,
but so it has to be something else.
Okay, let's do this. Let's and I want to get to this call as well. But Cole, you and I, we'll go back and forth, man. We'll play tennis all day long. You know how we do. But my thing is this right here. Let's focus in on the black on black crime, the black on black murder, and one black killing another black. Let's focus on that. Before we do that though, let me find out who this caller is. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's your name?
Yes, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Is it me? Teresa?
Hello?
Teresa.
Hey, Teresa, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Good deal.
Got a little cold, that's all.
Ah man, we ain't worried about no cold. That cold can't beat you. You gonna knock that thing out like Babe Ruth. You gonna knock that thing out the park, man. Hank Aaron, you gonna knock it out. But
I hope so.
Absolutely. Now we're talking about this black on black crime thing. We're talking about black on black crime thing, and we're killing each other at a very alarming rate. What do you think the root of it is? Of one black person pointing a gun at another black person, aiming and pulling the trigger and watching that person fall dead in the street. What is the root of that?
So, in my advocacy work, I've learned some things, right? First of all, we the only group of people who call crime black on black crime.
Exactly.
Crime happens everywhere. Okay? Crime happens everywhere. White people killing white people too. But we are the only one that define our own community in a negative way. Okay? I hate to go there, but that's where I have to go because I just had this conversation with some law enforcement. We had the same question, and he kept saying, what about black on black crime? I was like, what is that? We have crime. And literally, if we wanted to have a real discussion on why that is so, it is our heritage, our lineage, what has happened to us, and no one wants to talk about the fact that we came over here as slaves. You done took us through Jim Crow. You done took us through being slaves and being hated by white people, and then you made us hate each other. So
there is a hate there.
It's an environment that was created long ago.
But
now
but there is a hate
generation.
But there is a hate there, Teresa. But there is a hate there.
Well, I don't know if there's a hate between us. I think for us, we don't. I think it's this thing of we don't know who we are. We have come over here and tried to be like something else that we're not. Okay. And because we are over here in the United States of America, where nobody likes us, nobody wants us to be who we really are, we are always trying to be something else. It's just a confusion on who we really are. So when it's time to pull the trigger on somebody else that looks like you because they're in your way, you do it. I don't know why you do it because I'm not a psychologist or nothing like that, and I've never asked the person why he did it. Most of the time, when I did talk to people who have shot people, they didn't mean to do it. It's just something came over them. So there's a systematic issue that we don't want to deal with, especially when we are identifying our own community as a crime-infested community where we're killing each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's not. I mean, crime is happening everywhere. It's happening in Buckhead, but you don't hear people say the rich is killing the rich.
Yeah.
Rich on rich crime. I mean, I'm just saying that we have to kind of come to this. I understand what you're saying, that we're killing each other, but other folks are doing the same thing. But we're the only one identifying ourselves in our community as black on black crime.
And see, and I love what you all are saying, and I'm agreeing with what you're saying, because there is the black on black crime. I've never heard anybody say white on white crime or Chinese on Chinese crime. I've never heard anybody say that. But putting the title aside and calling it what you want to call it, it does not change the fact that we're still killing each other, though. We're still killing each other, and true indeed, it happens in other communities. True indeed, it does happen in other communities, but. If we have gone through all the atrocities that you say that we've gone through, from the Jim Crow, being uprooted from where we originally from, came over here, having to live in a house where nobody likes us, and having to endure all of these things, wouldn't you think that would bring us a little closer together, so we would try to protect each other instead of trying to kill each other?
If we were still living like we were back in the day when we knew we were slaves, I think we'll do better. What has happened now, we've been too free. Okay, so now we're free to do whatever we want to. And we've lost what we really are. We have our morals and our values, and the sense of family have gone away. That's what has happened. And that has happened through these systematic processes of policy, law, who's in control and leadership, on how it's really shaping what our community is. It still goes under that lineage of, I think somebody call it post-slavery syndrome or something like that. That still exists in us. It hasn't been removed, but people want us to patch that up. Oh, we don't feel that way about you. Yes, you do, because the laws say you do, right?
Do you think?
And see, here's the thing: when people are killing each other, we the only ones do. There's no stats on how many folk black is being killed against white. All we know is there's a high rate of homicide. We know that there's a high rate of homicide. Now, let's talk about how we're going to stop folks from having homicide. What I'm looking at is, we don't never know. We never know when it happens until it happens. But even in taking precaution to get us there, to stop it, to be preventive, something is missing. And I think the guy before me was saying something about lack of resources. I know I came on the end of that. The lack of resources. I've been going and battling back and forth with lack of resources. I think we have a lot of resources. Now, do we know about all the resources? Probably not. There's resources out there, but for our community, if we're going to talk about black community, what is it that our black community needs? We need to stand on what we stand for, which is our morals, our values, and family.
Leonard, what do you say? What do you say to that, Leonard? Do you think? And everybody mute your phone, because we got a little background noise coming through. But Leonard, what's on your heart right now, man? This taking the title black on black, taking the title off the table and dealing with the issues. What can we do?
Well, first of all, when I mentioned about personal resources, I mean personal skills as it relates to conflict resolution.
Okay.
Now, say for instance, I don't have an issue with defending myself and things of that nature. However, if I kill you because you're sleeping with my wife, it ain't got nothing to do with the color of your skin. If I kill you because you stole my dope, it has nothing to do with the color of your skin. If I kill you for stepping on my shoes, it has nothing to do with
okay,
the color.
Hold on, Leonard. We got some real bad feedback. Somebody have it on speaker or something? Because we got some real bad feedback coming from somebody's line. Yeah, we got some real bad.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's much better. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, if you look at all the reasons why folks have killed one another, it has nothing to do with the color of skin. It has to do with issues that have resulted in violence because of people who have very few skills at conflict resolution, nor do some people even feel necessary that they should not respond in this way. Say, for instance, it could be anything. If you look at the reasons why people kill one another, it is because of issues that they have with one another, not because of the color of their skin or their heritage. I've said several times before, I don't even support the notion of post-traumatic slave syndrome based on the academic work behind it. Okay? So if anyone want to take the time and go back and read the actual research behind it, you probably will find out why I have this difference with it. There are some vestiges of slavery, I think, that contribute to this violent nature. If you are raised and the way you are disciplined is violent, then a lot of times when you get into these conflicts, you respond violently.
Mm-hmm.
If you are taught that the only way to defend yourself in your position is to be violent, that is the tool that you use to solve your differences. It takes moral character. It takes, that's why it's great to be raised into church, to learn moral values and principles of respecting one another. Thou shalt not kill came long before slavery. You understand what I'm saying? Killing ain't new. Okay, we talk about this little thing we got, quote, black on black crime in America. You should see how other Africans are slaughtering one another. Has nothing to do with the color of skin.
Mm.
It's differences that lead to violence. And the sister, Miss Teresa, that was just speaking before, she hit the nail on the head. When it comes to that, black folks have been fed this notion that they are more violent than whites. Mm-hmm. That they are somehow, because of the color of their skin, predisposed to being violent. And then they negatively characterize your communities. They put all these commercials on the news. And so here you are now walking around talking about black on black crime as if everybody else walking around here as saints. And they are not.
So my thing is right here. What you're saying, what I'm hearing you say, Leonard, what I'm hearing you say is this right here. We've been programmed. I'm hearing you say a part of you is saying we've been programmed to and we bought into this lie that we are more violent than anybody else. And we bought into this lie that we cause more problems than anybody else. And we bought into the lie that we are not as superior as someone else because of what they're putting out there and what they're feeding us. We purchased the lie. But my thing is this, right? If that be the case, it's been going on for years. When are we going to get to the point or the place where we can do something different?
Because one, you're looking for a we solution, and there is no we solution.
There have to be a we. There have to be a we.
Because there's an individual solution. Because individuals who have moral values and principles don't behave that way.
Martin Luther King was an individual that believed in nonviolence, but still at the same time he was still killed. So it have to be a we thing. There can't be an individual thing because that individual will be killed in the middle of the street if he go out there thinking it's an individual thing, and he's the only one that have to think that way. Because you're going to run into other people. You're going to encounter other people that don't think the way that you think, and they're going to kill you. So it can't be an individual thing.
That's the nature of violence.
But you said it has to be an individual thing. I understand what you're saying. I understand a part of what you're saying, but at the same time, I also know from what I've seen in my experiences that there has been individuals that want to be a certain way, but then they encounter people that don't feel the same way, and those are the same individuals that kill them.
Just let a man examine himself.
Wow.
Now, if you're not going to defend yourself, then maybe you should be laid down.
See, now, if you're talking about defending yourself, now you're going right back to where we started with the violent thing. We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Hello? Donald, are you there? Donald done fell over, y'all.
Oh, okay. And that's the thing we have to understand. Now, we just had King Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
If anybody, everybody loved the speeches and everybody loved this and everybody loved that. However, you don't really want to address nonviolence the way they address nonviolence. Mm-hmm. Nonviolence is a principle, a strategy that some people use. Mm. However, do understand that don't mean that the other people going to respect it.
Exactly. Exactly. And you
Martin
wouldn't.
put himself out there knowing that he would be a martyr for this cause.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're gonna put yourself out there like that, prepare to be a martyr for whatever it is you believe in.
Mm.
If you choose not to fight back, that's your choice. Then expect to be in a body bag.
Mm. Teresa, what's on your heart? Teresa? Teresa, are you there? Did we lose her? Let me see here. No, she's still there, but something's going on with the line. Yeah, yes. Okay. Donna, see, got a call. He come back in. But see, my thing is this right here. And Teresa, if you're still here, just chime in when you're free. But my thing is this right here, man. Us black and brown people has been sold things, man, and we bought into the thing that we're less than or we're weaker than or whatever. That's not true. That's not true. But then again, we got individuals like Dr. Martin Luther King that preach nonviolent, and all acts of violence has been perpetrated against him. He walked in and out.
That's his choice.
That is his choice, and that's my point is this: if you said individual, I'm speaking of what you said about the individual thing. As an individual, he chose to be nonviolent. Yes, that's his choice, and he stood on that. And compliments him because he stood on what he believed in. But at the same time, you got to understand that not everybody believe in nonviolence, and that's why he had the dog sicked on him, the water hoses. He's been locked up. He's been to the point where he was killed.
No. Remember that. No, I got to stop you. Because that's not correct.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
He chose nonviolence.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't about what other people chose.
Mm-hmm.
He chose nonviolence, and there were people that surrounded him and supported him in that choice, and they took up the cause of nonviolence.
Mm-hmm.
They sacrificed their bodies for
Mm-hmm.
what they believed in this fight,
Mm-hmm.
because they wanted to expose the inhumanity of the enemy that they were fighting against. And guess what happened? The world saw it, and the world responded to it. That's why he was worthy of that Nobel Prize,
Okay.
and why he was so successful, because they sat down and came up with a strategy.
Okay.
And
That's
he
beautiful.
used nonviolence
Yeah, that's beautiful.
for that strategy. It was a principle that he had looked to the East for as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, Martin just didn't jump up one day and come up with all this stuff.
Okay,
He believed in what he was doing.
But yeah, absolutely, and he is definitely to be commended, and with much respect, with much respect. But at the same time, I have to ask this question: did the violence stop after he went through the things that he went through, even died? Did the violence stop at that time? And you may say that's a silly question, but reality of it is this: the violence continued. Even after his
because
death.
the enemy is still here.
Mm-hmm. That's why I say
we will never be.
That's why I say it have to be a collect. That's why I say it have to be a collective unit. Collectively, it can be an individual. I agree with you there. Individual, it can be that too. But as a whole, that's just one ingredient in this pie. You have to have the whole. In order to have the whole pie, you got to put all the ingredients in that. And as a whole, we have to come together and love, honor, and respect each other. That's when we can get somewhere.
Well, we also have to have the issue, and when I'm talking with people, because of course, I debate.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So when I ask questions of individuals to cause them to think about things,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
not from what you have been programmed to believe,
mm-hmm.
but where your heart is at. Everybody will talk about we this and we that, but nobody will say me.
Mm-hmm.
I fell for it.
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
I was never taught this notion of black inferiority.
Mm-hmm. Oh no!
So
No! Never will you ever have me to say that blacks are inferior. Never, black or brown. Never will you ever hear me say that. You'll never hear me say that. As a matter of fact, you may hear me say the totally opposite. You may hear me say the total opposite to that. Go ahead.
Well, when you say programmed, what do you mean?
I mean they born into the lie that other people have tried to program, just like
Who?
society.
Because
I'm not. Well. Hey, that's you as an individual. You can only walk. You can only walk the experience that you have.
Didn't.
Well, but that's Leonard, but you got to understand something. You and a lot of your friends don't make up the whole world. There's a world out there, man.
Exactly.
And there's a big part of the world that have bought into the lie and have bought into that program that has been put before them. You know, I applaud you.
On you.
Absolutely. But I applaud you and your friends for not buying into the lie. That's a great thing. Now we have to take that and throw that pebble in the middle of the water and let the ripple go where it goes and pull more people into the fact that they do not buy into that. But where we standing right now, they do.
Share that opinion.
Okay, that's
my
beautiful.
village doesn't share that opinion.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I applaud you. That's beautiful. But there's so many people that do. That's
right.
So many people that do.
I can't speak for other tribes.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
But am I my brother's keeper?
Sure, I will keep you in your righteousness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if you are wrong and if you fail to respect us,
mm-hmm.
I'm not going to respect you very much. Matter of fact, I will throw you to them if necessary.
Wow. Throw them to the wolves.
Yes. To alleviate these individuals in our communities that continue to terrorize our elderly, terrorize our children, and wreak havoc among our community. Yes.
Okay. Rakim, from the famous group Eric B. and Rakim, had a line in one of his songs. The song was "Follow the Leader," and he said, "Dig him, I never dug him. We couldn't follow the leader long enough, so I drug him." Say, dig him, right. I never dug him. I never dug him. Dig him. I never dug him. He couldn't follow the leader long enough, so I drug him. That's what I'm talking about right there, man. If he can't, if for whatever reason we have a difference of opinion, Leonard, I'm not gonna leave you there. If I gotta drag you out of that situation, I'm not gonna leave you there.
Bring up the rear.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what that means?
I know what that means. Yes, sir.
There are some of people that if you want to commit to bringing up the rear, then do that. But there is a fight at the front.
Mm-hmm.
And the brightest and the best must be at the front of the fight.
Mm-hmm. But see, my thing is,
I
go back to what I said. Said, dig him, I never dug him. He couldn't follow the leader long enough, so I drug him.
Just like everybody ain't gonna be saved.
And like the Marine had this thing that they say all the time: no man left behind. No man left behind. That's what the Marines said. My daughter was a Marine, and so they really believe in that situation that no man left behind. Go get him. Don't leave him in that situation. Go get him. I don't care whether you like him, you hate him, you despise him. I don't care if you can't.
If he's a Marine.
No, I'm talking about the mantra that they have. No, and that's the
right.
That's what we need to take them. No. I'm not talking about just the Marine Corps. I'm talking about we need to adapt that. No man left behind. And when I say man, I mean man, woman, or child. No man left behind. We can't get to a certain height and forget that there's other people that we left behind. We have to figure out a way that we could get them and elevate them, and we do that across the board. Now, not and to your credit, not everybody gonna want to be lifted. But we have to give them opportunity to, and if they show us that they don't want to be lifted, then we got to figure out another solution for them. We have to figure out another solution.
There may not be a solution. Hell may be their solution.
Very good. You very well might be right. I can't say nothing against that. You could be right. You could be.
Now
right.
you can. Trust me. I am for everybody. I will support anybody who want to do right and do the best they can.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In a heartbeat,
mm-hmm.
will give my last dime to the homeless. And done it. Have no problem with helping people that need it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not talking about those people. And I won't let anybody mischaracterize us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There are several black people
mm-hmm.
who are decent people who respect one another, who want to live in peace and do and live life abundantly,
mm-hmm.
above and beyond the foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
These people deserve just as much consideration.
Absolutely.
As the handful of individuals that everyone else seems to focus on, without even talking to them about their desires and what they want. You impose yourself upon them.
Mm.
And then when they spit in your face then what do you do?
Digging but never dug.
You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know how often some people go back and forth to rehab. Some people who don't complete it successfully. Some people go through rehab, walk right out there, and then take an overdose and die.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I just heard a quote that T.D. Jakes say, "Y'all are drinking poison, hoping the enemy die."
And see, and that's the thing. Like I said, and I stand on this as well, man. Not everybody want to be saved. Not everybody want to be saved. But like I said, once we weed through it and find out, okay, this joker here, just for whatever reason, want to stay where he at. Just like Harriet Tubman, she said, she freed thousands, but she freed a lot, but she would have freed many more had they known that they were slaves. Some people are comfortable
and
where they are. Go ahead.
It's great to know that, but do understand you're dealing with free people now. You know what I mean?
Are we really free though, Leonard?
Yes.
I beg to differ.
Now you can't talk about we. Let all the slaves speak up. But I'm not going to call them slaves. They call themselves slaves. See, that's the difference.
Good deal. Let's open up the phone line, 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. Let me see. We had some callers that kind of fell off and they're still there. Teresa, are you there? Donald, are you there? They're still holding on to the line, so maybe they may be on another line.
Well, yeah, that's just my my point for people and how we motivate people to move forward, especially from a New Order perspective. And yes, we support those individuals who call us for help, but one thing we make sure: do you want it? Don't call us if you're playing games. Don't call us if you're just trying to be seen. If you really want our support and you really want our help, you have to be just as sincere as us as we are about it, because we don't play no games. We don't have time to waste or resources to waste.
I know one question.
Like how does the scripture say about there are few laborers? There are few laborers. And every time that's why we love to network with people. There's too many positive things out here for people to get involved with, to learn the things that they may not have learned if they did not come from supportive families, to reach out and touch people. This is what the Black church was about. And so you can at least connect with other folks to learn how to conduct and behave yourself and to live a life.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 678.
Okay,
to lead a better life. Okay, we have to constantly remind our people that lack of love is a serious issue when it comes to detachment from humanity itself, and how if a person does not feel a part of humanity, they are more likely to do things like kill and hurt other people. I think I sent out on a Soldier to Soldier is a site started by my friend for soldiers in the military. And one, I had to remind them, because I was in the military myself, and I want to remind all soldiers, even though we have a job to do, let us not lose our humanity. We cannot. I'm not in the military, and I will never commit myself again for the very simple fact you should not follow unrighteous orders. And when we're talking about murder and everything, and this quote, black on black crime, they gave me a gun and some training and would have told me to point that gun and kill anybody they told me to. That's violence as well.
Absolutely.
And this is what Martin, and this is one of the reasons why folks took that hard stand against Martin, is because Martin was getting ready to come back with this war, this unholy war you fighting, and had people understood and explaining war to people. You'd find yourself backing away from this notion of America the Great. America the Great Killer. Because that is what we do. That is how we gain dominance. There are people running this government that go and destroy lives across the globe in partnership with people who may be Chinese, in partnership with people who may be Arab, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't think like Martin, you have to understand how deep that concept of nonviolent is. It's sacrificing your life for your cause and not retaliating with violence.
Exactly.
So you don't become that which oppressed you.
Mm-hmm. We have another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Morning, family. It's Toy with the T on the line. Hey.
Good morning. Good morning, young lady. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm waiting for Leonard to meet me at the playground. 3 o'clock. I was waiting on him yesterday at 3 o'clock, but I got to respond too late.
He ain't show up. He didn't show up.
No, he ain't show up. He showed at 4 o'clock.
Look, the way he said after the fact, all late and everything. But listen,
right.
we're talking about black on black crime and what can we do to get ourselves out of that situation. Whereas and all kind of crime, police on black, we spoke about that as well and talk about how that's terrible and there's nothing good about that. There's nothing good about that. But I like to flip the coin and deal with both sides. We're also killing ourselves. So, Toya, what do we need to do to get out of the situation where we don't point a weapon at somebody that looks just like us, pull the trigger, and watch them fall dead in the street? What do we need to do?
Foremost, you better put the Lord in it, honey, because He's going to protect you either way it goes, here or there. That's first and foremost. And, secondly, I think the most important part is that statistically they know that not having a father in the home can be key to a lot of the things that's going on. Can we go back and replace all those fathers? No. But I do think it's a call for action. It's a call for every man and every woman to reach out to some of these people, have conversations. I think it's anger. I used to be angry like that. I used to do a lot of things because I was angry on the inside. You know what I mean? And some of it might have even stemmed from family. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know how to put it out, and I was just angry and mad, and I would cause destruction to myself. But at the end of the day, when I think about people, like my first manager, she took me under her wing. She didn't deny me. She didn't say, I don't want to deal with you anymore because this, that, and third. She noticed, you know what, you're not talented enough. Come ride with me. And she just took her way to mentor me, and I think that potentially saved my life. So with us knowing these things, it's got to be more than talk. We got to get out here and talk to these guys. They can't be scared. We got to get out there and talk to kids, go to schools, do mentorship, after school program, PTA. There's a lot of different things that we can make this change. But again, it's going to take a village to put these actions in play, and we might have a chance.
Yep, a collective effort. It's definitely going to take a collective effort. Donna, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
Good morning. I don't know how long we're going to be talking about this. Or how long we have been talking about this. Because we've been doing this. Brothers been killing brothers since, the beginning of time. Because of some jealousy or envy or strife or one outdoing the other. The crab in the bucket mentality. And as far as fighting over territory that ain't yours, that's crazy. So the only way that you can, I guess, try to deal with this is change the heart of the man. That's just me. I mean, if you don't change a person's heart, we continue to fight one another. For what? We talk about it, man, I love my brother. But then if he get a dime above starvation, now you jealous. So, I don't know. The only way that we can do it, and I know we got different thoughts about, I have to come to a point that I say somebody higher than us, because everybody want to call God something or somebody, or you don't believe this, or you don't have to believe what I believe. I believe what I believe. That's my choice. And I've decided to make Jesus my choice. You can call him Yeshua, you can call him Jesus, or you can call him whatever you want to. I ain't gonna argue with you whether he's black or white or pink or yellow. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in the spirit and truth. But you need somebody better than you to have a guide so that you can see yourself. Because if I'm killing you, or if I got something within me that I got to deal with, unless I deal with myself, I won't be able to communicate and deal with nobody else. That's just me.
Mm-hmm. I saw something online about a week or two ago, and excuse me, and it actually showed a battle back. They said it was back in slavery time. You know how they do, but they were saying that there used to be battles for sport where they used to get two huge slaves to go out there and fight each other inside of a circle, much like they do a boxing ring today. And they have them to fight each other to the point where they almost either kill each other or are almost dead, where one cannot continue. They wage on it. And that was how they entertained themselves. Leonard, do you think stuff like that has anything to do with the psyche of where we are right now? Leonard, wake up and go to sleep. Did we lose Leonard? Oh, we lost Leonard. Okay. Toya, what do you say to that? Do you think that has something to do with the psyche of where we are today?
Absolutely, it does. You know, science, not science, but psychology. You know, it teaches you about conditioning. It teaches you about if you do things 9 times out of 10 to your parents and those before, that it could potentially seep over into generations to come. And if we look at the Willie Lynch story, it talks a lot about that. So absolutely, it has everything to do with everything, because that's kind of, you know, it's kind of like in your spirit, you know, and opening doors to those spirits, I believe they transfer. So absolutely, with studies that they already show, psychologically, they know it does people. Absolutely, it affects us, and they know that, along with a lot of other things. Mm-hmm. I read a special where the clothes that we use, they have dyes in it that could potentially cause mental problems. The current we use, our deodorants, our sprays, there's a collective group of things that I think help influence this kind of behavior.
Wow. See that's deep, because you know all this stuff that's coming out that people don't take the time to look at. They say, well, you know, I like that the deodorant, it smells good. I like that cologne, it smells good. They put it on, and there's some kind of a reaction, because a lot of people don't understand that our DNA is different. There's some things that would affect us that may not affect other individuals. That's just how it's made up. Teresa, are you back with us? Okay, Teresa must have issues with her phone line. Okay, Donald, what's on your heart, man? Do you think that could be true, man? That this battle that they used to have back in the day could have something to do with the way that we're programmed today?
Well, we're still fighting the same battle, and they're still setting us up in the ring. Mm-hmm. Just a different type of ring. You know, we extended the ring to the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. You know, they're betting on us.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That we'll destroy ourselves. They put a little bit of piece of rock out there with a little pipe. And they say they're going to smoke this out to death, or they're going to kill each other.
Yeah.
Just that little old thing. All you got to do is give them a little bit. Just give them the first one free.
Mm-hmm. Get them hooked.
And it'd be distracted from that point on.
Yep. Get them hooked. Give it to them free. Get them hooked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you get one or some, a little group of them, and then you make them think they got territory.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you really got a battle going on then.
Exactly.
And while they sit back, because we don't have aircrafts and barges and big ships to haul this stuff in. I don't have one. I don't know nobody that I'm kin to have none.
Exactly.
But it comes in by the tons, and we locked up in prison for it. Mm-hmm. Or in the grave.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Morning, Ryan.
What's going on, Kurt?
It's Kurt, man.
What's going on, man? How you doing? Tell everybody where you calling from.
Man, Baltimore City, Maryland. Dude.
Good deal. We're talking about black on black crime, Curtis. We're talking about black on black crime, and we dealt with the situation where police on us, killing us. You know, it's ridiculous, man. The number that happens and how it happens, and how the very people that's supposed to protect and serve us are the very ones that's shooting us down. But at the same time, I like to deal with both sides of the coin. And the other side of that coin is, Curtis, we're killing ourselves. We're killing people that look like us at a very alarming rate as well. So what do we need to do to curb this black on black crime situation?
First off, you need, whenever the Negro is working, the Negro ain't killing. Whenever the Negro is being educated, the Negro ain't killing. Whenever the Negro has a platform to make some a better man, he is not killing. You need more community programming, man. And I mean real programming. I'm not talking about just giving somebody a certificate. You need real community partnerships. You know, I'm not talking about a promise of a partnership. No, a real partnership. I finish getting whatever training I need. I'm going in the door. I already been interviewed. Not now. I gotta get an interview and I gotta wait. No. It's just you know, you want. It's how can I put this, man? It is statistically proven that when more jobs are available, less crime happens. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand where we don't get it. But, like, man, it's sounds like I get pissed off. Because I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of looking on. I'm ready to cancel my Facebook account. I'm tired of looking on Facebook, and every time I see us beating up on us. I see us wilding out. I see us acting a fool. I see us like, man, come on.
Let me ask you a question. I painted this picture earlier of back in the day. They used to take two of the biggest slaves that they had, put them in a circle, and made wagers on who was going to win, and had them to fight each other until either one of them died or was so incapacitated that they couldn't continue. And that was a way of entertainment, of sport entertainment for them. Have that mentality carried over to today's times in us?
Yeah, in certain perspective, but now, yeah, but now it's now, man, there's this, man. You know, we talked about this last night with the spirits thing. There's this spirit out here called exploitation, man. Now, people will exploit. They will exploit you just for their own pockets, man. You know, they will exploit everything about you just for their own pockets. And you gotta be careful, because you know, you think them folks care about you. They don't care about you. They only care about their own pockets. You know, even down, you know, I hate to bring it up, but even down our nation's leader, man. He's a exploiter, man. He exploits everything for his own gain. Don't care about people, man. You know, and it's sad, man. And I don't know where this generation get it from, because you know what? When I really look at it, man, even with our generation, you know, getting caught up, you know, with the crack and all that, we still had a certain level of care and concern for people. You know, we still had a certain value on life. You know, although we wasn't living it right, but, you know, we still had a concern about it. I don't know where this generation get this inconsideration for human life and for human beings and And I don't know where they get this. I gotta have. Man, it's perplexing, man. It's perplexing and it's sad all in the same breath.
Exactly. Donald, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me. And the phone lines are open, 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. The phone lines are open. Give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. Talking about black on black crime. What is the root of it? How can we get around it? How can we get away from it so that we can love, honor, and respect each other the way that we're designed to do? We got some background noise coming. Everybody mute your line if we're not talking to you so we don't have the background noise coming. And Donald, what's on your heart?
Yeah, I often wonder how is it that I talk to them. Okay. I often wonder what it is that to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I grew up I'm the last of 12, and we don't agree all the time, but we've agreed not to fall out.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can come to some kind of an agreement, then we quit falling out with each other. Maybe so. I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I know it's happening, and it's happening every day. And we've been talking, and we're going to be talking about getting together and combating it. But there's always going to be somebody that's trying to knock down the leader. That's what happened to Martin.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened to Malcolm. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't them that did it. It was one of us.
Yeah. Yep.
They always get one of us to undermine. You go get close to him. That's why I don't want nobody close to me. I don't need nobody close to me.
Mm-hmm. And that's what our Curtis speak about all the time, about how Russia is trying to infiltrate America from the inside. And that's and that's one of the reasons why 45 is such an integral part of what Russia is trying to do. And
in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Look, and then I think I don't know if that's true or not, but I believe it is. I think China said we're gonna get them. And we're going to even have to fire a shot.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Curtis, what's on? Go ahead, Donald.
No, I was just saying from the inside. Mm-hmm. And that's what they do with us. They get us from the inside.
Exactly. Going to Curtis, and Curtis, after that, we're going straight to Toya with the T. So, Curtis, what's on your heart? Talk about this infiltration from the inside out.
Well, I mean, if you think about military strategy, right? And you think in terms of you having the lesser capability, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then your strategy has to be unconventional. It can't be conventional. Conventional, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I'm hoping somebody call me on it if I am. But conventional is basically, okay, we're going to have a conventional war. There's boots on the ground, there's tanks, there's your jets against mine, my ships against yours, my boots against yours. You know what I mean? That's conventional. But unconventional warfare is the kind of warfare like, for example, 9/11 was unconventional.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? These guys in the country, they have been in the country for a series of years. They had been chilling, you know what I mean? They melted into the society, and then as soon as society took their eyes off and boom, they hit. It's just like if we was in the street. I mean, if you think non-conventionally in the street, and I'm trying to move my product from one place, and I'm trying to take over another place, the first thing I might do is I might get me a little yucky, you know, and send them over there. Hey, we'll go over there and see what's going on. Who in charge? You know, what crew got, you know what I mean? And then I might even ask them, like, hey, look, boy, see if you can get down with them.
Yeah.
Find out, you know, how to move, whatever. And then just start some foolishness, you know what I mean? Hey, man, I heard such and such say such and such. Bop, 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 bop. Next thing you know, they beefing amongst themselves. They can't even deal with a beef coming from me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's non-conventional warfare. And this dude has been doing everything that he has been doing non-conventionally. And people, I read a post on a friend of mine's page yesterday where this supporter of his said he's a beautiful man, and he's a billionaire. And I'm like, once again, man, I go back to my saying, dog, like, hey, bro, like, capitalism without a conscience is corruption. I don't care how you put that, man.
Mm-hmm.
If I can make $1 billion and offer my $1 billion, the results of me making $1 billion is killing 1 million people, or denigrating 1 million people, then my billion that's not good money. That's dirty money. You know what I mean? So that's the explanation. I think you're looking for.
Absolutely. I'm ready to go to sure ready to go to Toya with a T, but we have someone with the 404 area code. What's your name? Where you calling from? 404 area code. 404. Are you there? Okay. All right, Toya with a T. What's going on with you? Toya? I'm about to say it to you, Toya. Wake up and go to sleep. Wake up and go to sleep. Now, we're gonna shift gears. This is Way Out Wednesday, so we talk about a whole lot of different things on Way Out Wednesday. So if you have something on your heart that you want to talk about, that you want to discuss, give us a call. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. This is our open discussion day. And so if you have something on your heart, something going on in your community, if you're running for office or whatever's going on, give us a call and we'll give you an opportunity to talk right here. Speaking of 58 countries, so definitely every city and state that you want to target, they'll have access to us right here on DKM Radio. Now, Donna, we talked about this a little bit last night. Curtis, and you was with us as well. I lost me loving you. I lost me loving you. Can a person find themselves in a situation where they're so in love with somebody, they totally lose who they are, and in losing who they are, they're like sniffing every fragile that come out of that person. I see, I'm trying to be nice with it. Curtis, what do you say to that? Can you lose yourself loving someone else? Curtis?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, you definitely can. You definitely can. You can find yourself too, but you definitely can lose yourself. Hopefully, you'll find yourself in the process of being lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which will let you know you really wasn't lost in the beginning. You just was off. You wasn't on your square, but you definitely can lose yourself in loving somebody else. And it'll hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It will hurt. I'm telling you, it'll send chills up your spine when you think about the things that you done done. I done been there, got a T-shirt.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Curtis. And I don't know, and I pray that you've never had a broken bone. I pray that you have not. But would you equate a broken heart as being worse than having a broken bone, pain-wise?
No. Broken heart is worse. Broken heart is worse.
Wow.
Broken bone, I still can eat.
Mm-hmm.
Broken bone.
Can't eat, baby. I can't sleep, baby.
I know, right?
That's right.
Wow.
Broken bone, I still think.
Mm-hmm.
A broken heart, man. You can't think, you can't eat.
Mm.
Well, I mean,
good God. I get.
And sometimes, man, what really hurt though.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, what really hurts in the process is
you should have known better.
You're so busy. In so many words.
Mm-hmm.
You're so busy that you don't even see that your broken heart is because you believed in something that never was there. Although you had all the signs and all the symptoms, but it never was there to start, man.
So basically, what I'm hearing you say, you're standing in the forest but can't see none of the trees.
You standing right there. You can't see the forest behind the tree line.
Mm.
And everybody might be telling you, hey, look, bro, it's a forest back there, man.
Mm-hmm.
But you ain't got to hear that. You know, it's you know.
Mm-hmm. And let me,
but it's a must. It's a must happen, though, right?
Exactly. You got to go through it. At one point in time, you got to go through it. Let me go to Toya. Toya, you there? Toya with a T, you there? Okay, let me see. Is that Teresa? Oh, Teresa. Hey, Teresa, how you doing? Good to have you back, sister.
I'm fine.
I
was just on mute. Travis is on mute.
Okay, I lost me loving you. Is that possible? Is that possible? That's a good
yes, Lord. Yes, it is.
Okay.
That's great. yes.
Now,
like what the brother said, though, you find yourself after you've lost yourself too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you are hurt. It is worse than a broken bone because a broken bone can be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
But a broken heart has to end it.
Okay, hey Teresa,
it takes a little longer.
Teresa, are you on speaker? Are you on speaker?
Yeah.
If you on speaker, take it off speaker for me because we're getting a little background, a little feedback from you. I want to make sure.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Much better. Now you say a broken heart is worse than a broken bone.
Yes. Because
you
know, broken bone, you can put something on it and make it well.
Mm-hmm.
Broken heart has to be mended, meaning you got to get the trust back. You got to learn how to love again. All these little things that has to happen with getting your heart back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now let me ask you this: if you have a broken heart, and it's been 6 months ago, a year ago, whatever the case, and you embark in another relationship, can that broken heart affect that new relationship?
Most definitely. But it doesn't stop you from moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Can it?
It doesn't stop you from moving forward.
Can it?
I mean, that's up to you. I mean, depending on how broke your heart is, hopefully if you... I don't know, because people always talk about you need time. I don't know about time. And I mean, because everybody's time is different.
Mm-hmm.
You need time to figure out, I need to get myself together, and I need to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
That's done, and it's over. Let me move forward. How do I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Without taking my baggage. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Donald, if you're in a relationship with this young lady, Donald, you there?
Yep.
You're in a relationship with this young lady, and y'all fresh, y'all just getting started, 2-3 months, and she starts saying little things like, well, you don't do that like Barry used to do it. You don't
I hope not.
You don't wash my car like you don't wash my car like Barry used to wash my car.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, that ain't gonna break my heart. You need to go find Barry. I'm just telling you, get somewhere. Get gone.
All right, Donna, you could tell her. You know what? It seems like you and Barry need to be back together.
Y'all need
go on back to
Barry.
You know.
I got a book in my car. I'll marry if you need to, but you better get away from me with that craziness. But I'm gonna tell you now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I thought about when you talk about broken hearts,
mm-hmm.
and maybe the ladies can relate to it more than I can, but it affects the whole family. It's kind of like having a baby stillbirth or a miscarriage.
Mm.
A broken heart.
Yeah. Mm.
It'll mess you up.
Wow.
That's all you're feeling for stuff.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Curtis. I heard you over there, Curtis. Go ahead.
Well, you know what I did, man?
Mm-hmm.
Every time she came home, I would be blasting Barry White through my stereo.
And see, there you go. There you go.
Every time she came home, I'd be blasting Barry White through my stereo. I need you to know, you just gave yourself your walking paper. You can walk on over to Barry. That's what you can do. That's what you can do for me. Go on, walk on over there to Barry.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nowhere in the world a man gonna sit around. Ain't no woman gonna sit around for that.
Mm-hmm.
If they do something wrong, man.
Exactly. And I was about to ask Teresa. I was about to ask Teresa this question. If y'all together, you and this man together, and yeah, first time, y'all actually spent time together like that, and it's the morning time. You say, well, I'm gonna go ahead and cook a little breakfast. You go in there, cook breakfast, and you bring your breakfast to him, and he said, man, these eggs, man, Felicia didn't cook her eggs like this. Now this don't look like Felicia eggs. Teresa. Teresa, what do you do?
First of all, I'm crazy as hell, so I'm like, no. Them eggs will be up in his face. I'll probably try to control myself. But, honey, how do you like your eggs cooked? You know what I'm saying? You kind of just try not to go off on him. At the same time, you got to let him understand, look, don't you dare bring up somebody else with us. We've just started off. I don't know you. You don't know me. But if we're going to get to know each other, let's work through this. Because there's some things that you don't do like he did. You see what I'm saying? Don't go there.
Lord.
Lord. For real, Lord.
Exactly. But see, and that's the thing right there. See, a lot of times people bring that, and I wanted to go there because a lot of times people do bring extra baggage into the new relationship, and they don't heal themselves. And because of the fact that they don't go through that process, I know, Teresa, you say people say it takes time, and I think it does. I think it does because when you get out of a relationship, especially if it didn't end very well, you need to take some time to ground yourself, to get yourself grounded before you try to bring somebody else into your mess, because that's what you'll be doing. You'll be bringing them into your mess, and so instead of trying to do that, what you need to do is take time, get to know yourself, date yourself for a while, date you, and take yourself out on a date and enjoy yourself. Get to know yourself. Smile with yourself. Laugh with yourself. Smell the roses sometimes. And then once you get yourself grounded, and you feel comfortable enough that when some man come up to you and say, "Hey, how you doing, beautiful?" You're not ready to jump down his throat and beat him up. you right. Because that there's a small little test that can happen. A man could open the door for you. Hey, sweetheart, I got that. And you get him a side eye, you look at him a certain way, you're not ready for a relationship. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Right.
And so, there's things that you have to really pay attention to within yourself to know that, okay, I may be ready now. I may be ready now. So, Curtis, what do you say to that?
What do you you already know what I say, man. You know what Mama taught me. You know what I mean? If you can't date yourself, if you can't enjoy yourself with yourself, then how you going to expect for somebody to enjoy you? You don't know what your favorite color is, so how you going to expect for somebody to buy you an outfit that's pleasing to your eye, and you don't even know what your favorite color is? I think it's almost a pandemic around the country. Everybody got this expectation of their other person, but have no expectations for themselves. You want me to provide and give this and give that and do this and do that. Take you here and take you there, and I'm supposed to take you to all these places that you're gonna like when you don't even know what you like. You see what I'm saying? So I think that can really create a problem for some folk. And then the fact that you don't know what you like and you at the age that you is creates an even greater problem, because now you feel like a failure because you never found out what you like. You know what I'm saying? So now you gotta blame me for your failure when I ain't had nothing to do with your failures.
Come on.
So there's and then you have some people that'll say, well, I love my wife and I do whatever my wife tell me to do and keep her happy. Like I'm gonna tell you a slogan I can't stand, man. And this is no disrespect to the ladies. I have one. I'm ready to get married September 6th, 2020, this year. And I'm so grateful that God gave me a second shot at a decent, good-hearted woman. Okay? But I cannot stand this happy wife, happy life foolishness. Because to me, what that says is, as long as I keep her happy, I'm going to be happy. Well, that ain't what society is showing us. That ain't what's really going on. But you got a lot of men that's not willing to
hold on, Curtis. Hold on for a second, Curtis. Let me ask you this question. Now, you're the same fella. You're the same fella now that said earlier in this conversation that you couldn't eat no more. You couldn't sleep no more, and all the other things that were going on because you lost yourself in this person. Now you can't tell me and want me to believe you when you say that had everything gone well in that relationship, you would have stopped eating and you would have stopped sleeping and all that stuff. There's some truth to that now. Happy wife, happy life. Because if she's not happy, she could make your life. She could make it real miserable for you. What is that?
Right.
Hey, hold on, Donald. What is that scripture about? You rather live on top of the house and being in the house.
You talking about Proverbs?
Yeah, it's
Proverbs 21:19.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather live on the top of a tin roof than to live in a house with a quarrelsome woman.
Come on now. That's the word there now. That's the word.
I believe you put that word in your heart because you remember that right off.
Amen.
I remember that right off. Guess where I got it from? I'm gonna tell you how God has blessed us now.
Mm-hmm.
I got that from my ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
My ex-wife called me and said, "You know what, Kurt, I'm sorry." She said, "You wasn't perfect, but Kurt, I'm sorry." I said, "What are you calling me apologizing for? You ain't done nothing to me." She said, "I want you to read this scripture." She said, "I want you to read this scripture, Kurt." And if you read, she just read the scripture. She hadn't read the whole entire chapter.
Mm-hmm.
If you read the whole entire chapter tells you this is what you need to do as a man. Okay, this is what you need to do as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you need to do as a man. This is what you need to do as a woman. Mm-hmm. And it goes like that. Scripture for scripture, verse for verse for verse for verse for verse.
Mm. But what I'm saying to you this. So what you just said, Curtis, happy wife, happy life. You know, you can't say that. That's not too far off base now.
That don't tie because the scripture itself says to the man, you should listen. You should not have to deal with a quarrelsome and aggravating woman.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You should not deal. It says quarrelsome, and it says basically a woman that is always in the mix of drama.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
In so many words, it sums it up. And then if you go further,
but if you do have to, let me say this now. But if you do have to deal with that, are you gonna tell me it'll be easier? It'll be easier. Your life will be easier for you and more pleasant for you if she's happy or if she's angry. If she's that type of individual, and would life be easier for you if she's happy or if she's angry and quarrelsome? Which one are you going to be more happy and more comfortable in? What household are you going to be more comfortable in? If she's happy,
you're gonna probably be more comfortable on the roof, bro. Because if she's not happy and you're providing, that's why the scripture tells you I'd rather be on the roof.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because if you got women and men, it's not just women. You got women and men that's getting every single thing that can be given to them. I've seen this so many times, and I've been through this, that, bro, it's real. You got women and men who are getting every kind of blessing from their significant other. It is unreal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yet still, they always nag and they always complain and they always got to have more.
Some people just made up that way though, Curtis. Some people just made up that way. Some people just that's their DNA, man. They just made up that way.
If they made up that way, that don't mean they right.
No, not at all.
That don't mean they right.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? So now when you talk about I can't sleep, I can't eat, that's because in all honesty, that relationship for me was far beyond us having a physical relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That relationship, for me personally, that is the relationship that we have talked about on this station,
Mm-hmm.
where I have had intercourse with you and have not even touched you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We have had a certain level of emotional and verbal intercourse that says that my existence throughout my day is surrounded by the spirit of your existence. And
Mm-hmm.
the same goes for you.
Mm-hmm.
So now, when we split up, when that love is broken, I feel like a piece of my spirit is gone. That's a whole different kind of.
I'm gonna tell you something. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I've never bought into this. We have another caller. We're gonna go to the other caller in just 1 second. So caller, hold on. We're going to come to you. I've never bought into the whole thing about I can't live without you. Or I can't be happy without you. Because my thing is, if I live my life to a certain point before I met you and I was happy, and then you come into my life, maybe, you might add something to it or whatever, but I'm not going to say I can't be happy and I'm not going to be happy and I can't live without you, because I lived very well before you got there.
I'm with you.
I lived very well before you got there. Now, I like what you bring to the table. I like what you bring to the equation, but that don't mean that I'm gonna fall apart. I'm just gonna go back to being happy without you. That's just me, because I know people that be trying to hurt themselves, kill themselves, or hurt somebody else because they want to leave. I don't want to see you with nobody else. To me, that's foolishness. If you can't, people got this idea in their mind. Well, if you can't be with me, you can't be with nobody. They go out there and try to kill somebody. Man, come on, man, really?
Yeah. Hey, Raheem, I'm gonna give you one that's gonna blow your mind. I know you done seen it before, especially in Greensboro.
Mm-hmm.
I had a homeboy. He was in the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
He dating this chick. She supposedly talking about she love him, this, that, and the third. You know him, Raheem. I ain't gonna say his name, but you know him.
Okay.
So Shorty started doing her thing. He decided he want to move on. Look, I ain't got time for this. Look, I'm done. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? She started calling the police. He set the man up. Calling the police to get him locked up. Looked him in his face. We standing there, and we talking. She pull up and she tell him flat out, if I can't have you, the system will have you. I'm sending you back to jail.
Wow. That's a sick.
Raheem, I gotta pick this man up under a doggone trailer. He been laying under a trailer for 8 hours. I just so happened to see his shoes, and I knew it was him because he was the only one had them shoes, because he had went home and got some shoes. And I look like, oh, man, shit. Hey, what? Man, I've been under here 8 hours, Kurt. Man, you the real. Man, come on, get in the trunk, man.
Man, look at that dude done pulled a shift. He done pulled a shift. We got a caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, y'all. It's Santa. The shoes. Not the shoes.
He identified him by the shoes, Anna. He identified the man by his shoes. That's what he did. The shoes told on him. The shoes told the story. But
yeah. Well, what's most funniest was, he was the only one that had those. Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's not a laughing matter, but that was funny. That's a good conversation, at least what I've heard of it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting prepared for my show in a little while, so I've been trying to make some rounds. But anyway, what question did you have for me, Raheem?
I lost me loving you. Can you be so much in love with somebody that you lose yourself in the process?
Well, I talked to you guys about this yesterday. I did lose myself there in my younger days, and it was, this person would just come around, and I just didn't know how to say no. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't. Okay, knowing what I know now as a Christian, because of course this is a Christian station, so I can speak of these things. I believe he just seriously has demons around him, and that's what I was fighting, not him per se, because he's not to the say he's not a bad person. I mean, I don't care for him to be around me, But with that being said, I think it was the demons around him, that were messing with me, and I just didn't know how to fight them. Once I started going to church, I got, as I was a work in progress, I was, one of these stubborn people. But in, I'll say, the mid-90s, 94, 95, once I started going to church, and around 99, got baptized, and all of that stuff, and then I slowly was able to say, you know what? I'm done with this. And I kept praying and fasting, and it can happen to the best of us. And I think when we're not spiritually in tune with who we are in Christ, things like that will be our weakness, because at the end of the day, we're all flesh, right? So, like I said, for me, that's what it was. This person in particular, I could try to move on, and then they came around, no, let's give us a try again. We can't lose what we had. And then I would let good things go and then end up right back in the same spot. And I finally got to the point where I was like, you know what? No, that's it. And, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, it took me being a strong woman, but I did it, and I was able to let that situation go and move on. And now it's probably the most happiest I've been in my life.
Exactly.
With my family, with my spouse and all of that. But you have to let go and put God first.
Absolutely.
That's what I say. Continue doing that,
You mighty right. Absolutely. Teresa, what's on your heart right now?
I agree with my sister. I agree. I mean, it is a process, and maybe I like the fact that you acknowledge that it could have been the demons that's in him, and not calling that person to be like what you felt like he was doing to you. And it was more you getting yourself together. It sounds like someone was actually going through that process of finding themselves so that they could be the great person that they are. So I totally agree. Totally agree.
So Teresa, I'm gonna ask you the question. I'm gonna go ahead and ask you the question now. Can a woman cause disruption and terrorize a household? Happy wife, happy life. Is that true? Can she terrorize a household to that point where everybody in the house is miserable if she's not happy?
Yeah, as long as here's the thing: if a man is a man, then she wouldn't have to go there, right? So I think yes, she can, because in our being who we are, women being, I can get there myself, but you have to control yourself. But you, as a woman, if she's not happy, she's not happy, and she can terrorize the whole house. However, if the man is the man and he needs to be the man, he's going to step up and say, look at here, honey, you can't keep acting like this, okay? I got you. Most of the time, that's what the woman need to know, is somebody is there for her and will support her through it. I mean, she could be going through a whole lot of stuff. Do you not know how many emotions we have? But if
Lord, yes, I do. Lord, yes, I do.
I mean, if he's going to be there with her, that's mostly what a woman wants. Are you really with me? Because sometimes and most times, and I am personally talking about myself, I feel like I'm by myself. If I'm by myself, I might well be by myself. But if you with me, it's things that may have been going on in the household that she didn't feel like she was being heard, so she's trying all these different tactics. No different than a child. No different than a child. When a child throws a tantrum, he's doing a tantrum because somebody ain't paying attention to him. Same thing with our youth. If something's going on with our youth, it's something else going on. It ain't got nothing to do with you doing all the best you can do. It's something else. And that's the same thing with the woman. If she's going all out now, if she crazy, she just crazy. You know what I'm saying? But
so you do say sometimes they just cray. Sometimes they just cray.
Oh yeah, I know for quite a few. I talk to a lot of women myself, and I'm sitting there like, so why you do that? Girl, he doing this and this. Okay, is he there? Okay, is he providing for you? Do you feel protected with him? Because all this other stuff you talking about, that's you. You might need to look in the mirror, find yourself, find out what makes you happy. Because right now you're trying to make him make you happy, and that's not what you're supposed to be doing.
And Donald, let me ask you this question, and that's good. But Donald, let me ask you this question. A lot of time, and we talking across the board, men and women, do they really know what happiness look like, or have they been living in a place where they just, is there's something that's alien to them? Does a person know what happiness look like?
We have a distant view of it. But I don't know. It's a fairy tale, some of it. And some happiness we try to relate to because it's the happiness that our friend has. Girl, let me tell you how you do this. And we get advice from folks. But I don't know. I mean, I know what happiness looks like. Now to achieve it, it'll be comfortable when I give it. Because there's nothing like being equally yoked. You'll find happiness there because you won't have to change to satisfy another person. You can just be who you are. But, some people act up in the house to be disruptive. Well, maybe you need to go find your happiness somewhere else. Because you're not going to be disruptive here. No, we can't handle that. That's not going to work. And a lot of times, men and women get advice from somebody that don't have nobody. And that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Toya, are you back with us?
Nobody and ain't looking for nobody. To be honest. To be honest, don't have nobody and seriously ain't looking for nobody. But yet giving you all the advice, giving you more advice than the Dalai Lama. And I've been reading lately, Raheem, a lot of things been coming out since we got this illustrious dummy of ours in charge. A lot of things been coming out about this this narcissism and this narcissistic behavior.
Yes, sir.
And if you pay attention to what's being laid out in reference to it, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It'll blow your mind. The character breakdowns and the things to look for. A lot of things has come out since this guy came into power about relationship bullying and things of that nature. And once again, I'm gonna be honest, man. If you read some of these articles and you sit back and you start thinking about, for example, your past and the things that you've done as well as the things that's been done to you, it'll blow your mind because it's the most simplistic things, but you know what I'm saying? You could never put a medical equation to it, but now it's coming out, man, that a larger percentage of our society and culture, man, has gone, have maneuvered through life with undiagnosed, how can I put this, with undiagnosed mental illnesses. And now that this mental health thing has really, really come to the forefront, a lot of the things that maybe weren't talked about or looked over are now being discussed. And I'm going to be honest with you. Working in the mental health field, bro, it's kind of scary, man.
Yeah, exactly.
When you see some of the things that's going in the new DSM and some of the labels, I guess you can say, or diagnoses that's happening, man, I promise you almost gonna be able to put yourself right there. So it's a trying time.
Absolutely. Let me see. And what we're talking about right now, this is way out the window. So if anybody have anything on their heart, they definitely could call in. We got a few more minutes before we get out of here. The number is 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Robin, I see you over there, Robin. How you doing? Give us a call. 678-381-1973. Catlin, I see you over there as well. Again, the number is 678-381-1973. My thing is across the room, so I can't pull everybody's name up, but I definitely wanted to do a shout out to them two young ladies right there. And we're talking about I lost myself loving you, and we veered over to happy wife, happy life, happy wife, happy life. Now, in what situation, Donald, do we get any consideration in this whole equation as men?
Wait, can you repeat that? Let me see.
Do happy life, happy wife, happy life. What kind of consideration do we as men get in this whole scenario? Do we get any consideration at all, or we just got to roll with the punches?
My brother said, he says, "Brother, let me tell you something." He said, "Look, repeat after me." He says, "Yes, dear."
Okay.
He said, "Don't argue." He said, "Don't argue. Just say yes, dear."
Mm-hmm. See,
he
now,
says, you'll be fine.
Now, with you saying that, watch this. Curtis, do you agree with that yes, dear mentality?
No, I don't. Not when it's not going to be beneficial for the house. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. And then, to be honest, you got men and women out here that look at that and say you're weak, and will exploit that. There's this demon out here of exploitation. I'm telling y'all, it's real, and will exploit that. Oh, he gonna give me whatever I want. People need to learn when to stop asking for stuff. I watched a YouTube joint with Tupac on there the other day. It was crazy because this was like 1992, and Tupac said, "Man, we gotta do things for society. We can't do things for ourselves." He was like, if you want to be like Trump, with give me, take. What are you doing for society? So you got people who they always taking, and never giving nothing, but can justify whatever they gave, but yet you gave it because you were seeking something else. So you generally didn't give up anything if you gave it with the connection. It's like if I give you, Raheem, $5,000, and my
thank you, man. I appreciate it.
So I'm gonna give Raheem $5,000, but Raheem gonna give me back $25,000. Right? And then I connect and I say, well, I'm giving you this from my heart. No, I'm not. I gave you that with the hidden motive of getting 25 back. But if I walk up to you and I say, bro, look, I know you hurt, man. I know you need some help. Here go $5,000, man. Go on and get yourself back on your feet. You look at me and you say, man, hold on, what I owe you back, man? You don't owe me nothing. Pay it forward. When you get on your feet, you give it to somebody else. That's what you owe me. You won't owe me anything. That's what you owe me. I tell you that from my heart. It's a difference.
Yeah, there's a huge difference.
So, I mean, we got to be careful because we got people out here, men and women, that are takers. They're takers and receivers. They are not givers. You got to be careful because the minute you start with that, oh, I can get whatever I want from this cat. Girl, look, I'm going to hit these pockets.
Exactly. Let me do this, Curtis. Let me do this real quick because I want to go to Teresa with this, and I'm glad you brought that to the equation. Teresa, if you're dealing with a young man and he have that mentality, that yes, dear mentality, Anna, I want you to listen. I'm coming to you next. He have that yes, dear mentality. Would you look at him as being a weak individual? And have there been a point in the time in your life, maybe not even now, but have there ever been a point in your life where you would have taken advantage of him because of the fact that he was quote unquote weak?
No. No.
See, she can't even say that without laughing. She can't say that without laughing, y'all. Go ahead.
I'm laughing because actually my dad is like that.
So, and my mom and dad has been together for 48 years.
Mm-hmm.
So when I look at the longevity, I mean, you have to, when you know somebody, you know each other. The more my mama would say things at her high voice, my dad was like, yes, dear. And what that does is calm her down. And guess what? She smiles. But both of them do whatever needs to do to keep, to keep the peace. But when my mom is at her worst, my dad said, yes, dear. Is it anything else you need me to do? So I'm okay with that. And he ain't weak. He just know his woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at that as weak. You know what I'm saying? I don't like a man that just says, okay, I'm going to leave you just because you're getting on my nerves, too. So that's, to me, when you endure, it makes you a stronger person. So,
okay. Okay. Because I know I know some females that would use that fella up, use him up, eat him, chew him up, spit him out, and leave the remains over there. You know what I mean? Man, look here. I know some sisters now. Anna, what do you say to that? Do you look at that individual as being a weak man? And have there been a point in your life a younger Anna would have taken advantage of this young man?
Okay, so this one's good. Right now, I am married to that yes dear guy. We have the best relationship. He knows how to handle me. He knows how to keep me happy. In that sense, a younger Anna, though, with my type of personality, I would have never taken advantage of that. Now, to add to that, to what you said, Raheem, it is true. I have friends that can't tolerate a yes dear type of guy around them. They will just stomp all over him, and I think it just depends on your personality and who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? Because now, don't get me wrong, if my husband has to put his foot down, he will. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I think he knows, you know what, if I just, come to her with, okay, mommy, it keeps me from from that other side, because it's just little things like say, okay, I forgot to give you an example of a light bulb. We might go over the top about it as being women, but okay, mommy, I'll do it now. You know what I'm saying? And that type of thing will keep me calm. But if you're ignoring me, you're going to see a whole different side of Anna you don't want to see. But I also think it depends on your personality. Everybody knows what they have at home, and they know how to handle. You know what I'm saying? So, but there's some women that I know. Yeah, I got some girlfriends that they've taken guys on a ride.
Good Lord. Good Lord. Yeah.
Not married.
Exactly. And let me go to Donna. Donna, let me ask you a question. If you had one of your boys, y'all was hanging out and you realized that every time his girlfriend, his significant other, wife, or whatever the case, said something to him, it was always a yes, dear. Yes, dear. Whatever you say, dear. Okay, dear. Yes, we'll do it just that way, dear. Yes, dear. Would you look at him as being weak? Would you say, man, hold on, man, where your backbone at, bruh? Where your spine at? Would you look at him? Would you look at him that way?
I guess you gotta know who you with. Let's get my Louisiana came out of me just about. But here's what I'm saying about this yes dear mentality. Don't be no fool. It's not a sign of weakness. It's just to cut down on arguments that you don't need to have.
Pick your fights. Pretty much pick your fights.
Pick your fight. You get exactly, because you're not submitting to the leadership of your household. You're actually taking leadership because they know when to argue, when not to. But here it is. I know for a fact the one that gave me the advice. I know how he is. He runs his house. I'm talking about not running, dogmatic. But he's the head of the household. He takes care of his house. But he cuts down on confusion by not having unnecessary arguments, trying to prove himself to be the head.
There you go. That's good.
You know,
good.
a lot of times that's what we do. We try to prove rather than just be there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, we got to make the fuss. We got to, you're going to do it my way, but you're wrong.
Wrong is two left shoes.
And here you are, you have a helpmeet in the house. I'm not talking about a Jezebel. I'm talking about a helpmeet.
Mm-hmm.
You got a helpmeet in the house, and here she is telling you something that's going to help you.
Mm-hmm.
And now you want to argue because you want to be right.
Mm.
Get your help. Don't be stupid.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's not now. Here it is, and I'm gonna say this right quick. I had to tell my nephew. He comes from work. His wife was at home. He come from work. He got another job. He come from work. He's washing dishes. He's making food. He's making beds, and she home all day. I said, boy, you better stop that right there.
Yeah. We got some background. We got some background noise. Everybody mute your lines so we don't have that background noise. So we can hear exactly what Donna's saying. Mute your lines for me. Go ahead, Donna. Sorry about that.
Because you know, if you doing the bringing the bacon home and cleaning the house and cooking and stuff while she laying down in bed, you got yourself a nut, and you a nut. You're setting yourself up as a disaster, and you're not helping her.
Mm-hmm.
You got something that you
Babyface says, Babyface, as soon as I get home from work, I cook your clothes and all that stuff, and I'll cook your clothes and all that stuff. You know, Babyface said all that now. He said he'll do all that stuff just as soon as he get home from work. Now, is Babyface wrong?
Babyface crazy. He made that song to make money. That's not a lifestyle.
Curtis, what do you say to that?
What do you mean what I say to that?
I'll cook your dinner. I'll wash your clothes.
Donald hit it right on the head, man. He's trying to make money off right. You know.
Soon as I get home from work.
You know, anybody in entertainment, you know, everybody, once again, I ain't gonna say I hate to bring his name up, but I gotta bring his name up. Once again, Pop was right. Man, listen, don't make no records for the dudes. Make records for the women. You make records for the women, the dudes gonna get what the women like. You understand? Oh, man, listen, here's my belief. In a relationship, it took me years to gain this understanding, and I thank God that he gave it to me. Because he could have just left me blind. But it takes years to understand, truly understand, that in a relationship, we all are co-equal branches of government. We all, in order for our relationship to work, we must work together, we must think together, we must almost practically move together. And if you can do that, then all of the expectation of anybody doing extra will be gone. Why? Because people will do extra just off of the fact that they don't have to be told to do extra. Now, we make this occasional light bulb or something like that because we feel like it's not that important to us. But when our lady comes up and express to us just how important it is to her, we get like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, baby, my apologies. But what we have in today's world, and this is not directed towards anybody on the radio station right now, because everybody on this station can acknowledge their self-worth and the things that they wasn't good at and the things they weren't. And that is a powerful thing. But what we have is we have a world where it's starting to look like everybody thinks that they should get without giving anything. Folks,
entitled. Like they're entitled. Yeah.
Like they're entitled. You're not entitled to nothing that you ain't earned. I learned that from my grandmama years ago. You are not entitled to nothing you have not earned. You see what I'm saying? And some things
that you think you done earned, you got to accept the truth and say, I ain't worked hard enough to get that.
Come on.
That's just the bottom line. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know how else to frame it, but to just say it like it is. Some things you are not entitled to because you have not earned them. You know, I had a young lady. I was talking to a young lady one time. I was in college then. I just come home from the desert, and we was just talking. You know, having it was a group of us. We having talk about relationships and blah blah blah. She came out to me and she said, well, if I'm laying down with you, you're gonna be paying my bills. You're gonna be paying this and you're gonna be doing that. You're gonna be doing. I said, whoa. Well, what do you mean? She said, oh, young girl, you know what I'm saying? I came home, I was 27. So when I went straight to college, I'm sitting in college, I'm with 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds. And I said, whoa, what do you mean? Yeah, you heard what I said, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, so you're going to be a prostitute now? Well, what do you mean? Because you're saying that in order for you to lay down with this dude,
you rubbed that woman wrong with that one. You rubbed that woman wrong with that one now. You rubbed that woman wrong with that one. That woman about to fight you down. She about to fight you down.
She was about to do it, but she knew better. Oh, sweetheart, that don't make no sense. And what was crazy was my professor came in. We were sitting in a social welfare and policy class. My professor came in. My professor turned that into the class, but I said, no. I said, because at the end of the day, if I'm laying down with you, or if this man is laying down with you repeatedly, you're getting something out the deal. Just like he getting something out the deal, you getting something out the deal. What makes you think that he has to come out his pocket for this, that, and the third, and then you nuke that down and not look at it as prostitution? It's the same with a man. If a man laying with a woman, and the whole while he laying with her, she buying Jordans and she buying this and she buying that, she buying this and she buying that. Hey, dude, you a gigolo. You getting paid. You getting paid delayed
for your services.
So, yeah, you getting paid for your services. But you ain't entitled to nothing. I had a friend that went into a relationship with this lady. The lady had a couple of hours. Oh, she gonna give me blah 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 blah. I'm holding this stuff. Man, she ain't got to give you nothing. You ain't done nothing to deserve. You ain't took care of kids. You didn't pay no bills in the house. You barely even take her to the restaurant. When you do, you come and borrow money from me to take her out. What have you done as a man that makes you deserving of what she got in her bank account?
Exactly. Got to keep this thing going, man. We got to get out of here in a minute. Let me go to Teresa. What's on your heart right now?
I'm sorry. I don't have anything. I'm good. I'm listening to you guys. I'm learning.
You learning?
Yes.
Oh Lord. It's getting a little scary. It's like that frog. It's like that frog getting a little knee deep. Donald.
Yeah, I might be strong, but I ain't that strong. I do listen to what the men have to say, and I want to do that. I want to listen to what men have to say, because we as women, we kind of got our own way. We got our way.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Got that.
I'm just going to go ahead and tell the truth. Yes, Lord. Anna, what's on your heart right now?
Yes.
Okay, two things. Donald said something that's a lot how my household is. Both my husband and I pick our battles, and that's how you keep a peaceful household. You don't want constant arguing and constant commotion, especially in a Christian household at all times. So if you pick your battles, so if you know that person's personality, you're not going to try to trigger them buttons, or, there's a time to say yes, dear, and a time to say, I'm the man of this house. Calm down with that. You know what I'm saying? So I totally agree with that, and that's what I meant to say, because when I said, my husband, if he's got to put his foot down, I'm like, okay. But, it's not in a negative way.
Yeah.
That men have to be men as well. You can't just take a position or a role as a woman that really is not your place. You know what I'm saying? Especially in a Christian household.
Exactly.
Now, Curtis also said something. That's Curtis, correct?
Yes.
He was the one just talking?
Yes.
He said something that does make sense to me. That one thing I was raised to do was do not let no man tell you that you can't do things on your own. I have my schooling. If right now I were to walk away from, my marriage, or for whatever reason it didn't work out, one thing for sure, I can go to work and I'll have a career. I can handle me and mine. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't no woman in this world feel that way? It shouldn't no man in this world feel that way. You don't have to pay for anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there's a committed relationship and the husband and the wife both decide, okay, I'm going to go to work, you take a break, whatever the case is for either or, then yes, that's fine. But shouldn't no woman just be your girlfriend and tell you that, yes, it's okay to do this and that because you're doing whatever you're not supposed to be doing anyway, because you're fornicating. You know what I'm saying? Let's say how it is. And, how is that okay, and how is he paying all the bills? I just don't understand where that falls in between the lines. But, hey, I don't know. My dad just drilled on both his daughters' heads. Make sure you have you taken care of, and if you decide not to go to college, make sure you do take care of you. Forget what that man's talking about, because at any time, any of us men can get up and leave. That stuck with me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I always made sure I took care of me, and so does that my sister, and that's what we implement on our daughters as well. So, that's not all women. I'm sorry you had to go through that, Curtis, but that's not all women.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. Let me go to Toya. Toya, you with us?
Hey, I'm back. I had a customer in the car. You should have seen me flying trying to get that boy out of my car. So what? I done missed a lot. I done had a lot to say over here in the background, man. But, y'all all on point, But my thing is this. And I was raised by my father. And he raised me to be able to do for a man what I expect from him. You can't get what you don't want to give. And that's the universe. That's even with God. You give to get. So it's like a two-way street. A woman not working, to me, in my head, how do I love you if I let you do everything by yourself and don't help you? And vice versa. If you a man, you a head, you a leader, you said earlier, do the men get anything on this boat? Y'all, honey, all y'all want is some sex, some food, and some sports, and y'all good. We require more. So at the end of the day, we can do something little for y'all, and y'all cool, and y'all got to do a lot more for us. But like somebody said earlier, it's signs. If we respect each other, if we do everything that we got to do to help each other no matter what, if he's fixing the bed, I'm fixing the other bed. If he's doing this, I'm going to dry him. If he's taking out trash, I'm going to clean the trash can. If you do it like that, I guarantee you'll probably have a better relationship. Because it's like it's one-sided. When we get a good person, we want to use them up. When the good person want to use the bad person, and vice versa. So no, all this is going to continue until men, the heads, the leaders, put down what is necessary. It's not about being soft. It's about being a man and everything. You ain't got to.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question, Toya. Let me ask you this question. A lot of time, if a man is that yes dear type individual, if he's that yes dear individual, can he be taken advantage of? If he run into the right woman, will she use and abuse him until there's nothing left?
Well, you can only use and abuse somebody if they allow you to. So again, there's nothing wrong with being a yes man, but you need to make sure that woman is a yes woman. Don't go being a yes man to someone who always tells you no. Don't go being a yes man to someone who, like I think Curtis said earlier, you didn't see it there in the beginning. All she wanted from you was something in the beginning, not to just be with you, not to just hear you, and not even our conversation talked about taking care of you. I test people with what I say just to see what they're going to say and what their response is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for it because I had a father, he was a yes man to an extent. But again, him being a real man, he had boundaries. You're not going to cross this boundary just because I'm not no clown. Now, when you get a clown, you want to act all, it's a problem. But then you get somebody that want to respect you and treat you nice and then you want to dog them out. Nah, this don't go like that. That's
Exactly.
what's wrong with the universe right now, where we got to make adjustments.
Good deal. Good deal. I'm looking at the clock, everybody. It is 9:18. Somebody, everybody mute your phone. I got a background noise with that doorbell is driving me crazy. Y'all mute your phone for me. But we're about to get out of here for today, man. This has been a great broadcast, man. We covered a lot of topics today. This is Way Out Wednesday, so we really don't have a main topic. We just pretty much open and we flow with it on Wednesdays. And that's why I love Wednesdays, Way Out Wednesday so much, man, because we cover a lot. We cover a lot. Let me see, Teresa, are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Teresa, can I get you to pray us out today?
Oh, sure.
Hold on one second. Toya, what's going on? Toya, what's going on at 3 o'clock today?
Oh, okay. Well, if y'all don't know, now you know. If y'all want to check this show out in its full entirety, you can check it out today at 3 o'clock on www.dkmradio.com.
Good deal, good deal. Now, will you pray us out, young lady?
Sure.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Oh, precious Lord, we come to you right now, asking you to just sit down your blessed anointing upon all the ones that heard the show today. Lord, you know what everyone needs for every desire that is being offered to you. Please, 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 I ask of you to give it to them. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. We're about to get out of here for today.
Amen.
Good deal. We're about to get out of here for today. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Radio and the Morning Glow to be a part of your morning. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, from the Morning Glow is from 7 o'clock until 9 o'clock. As you can tell, sometimes we do go over. Everybody mute your phones for me. Everybody mute your line for me. Good deal. And as you can tell, sometimes we do go just a little bit over, but at the same time, we cover a lot of things. We cover a lot of topics, and I definitely want to thank everybody. Nathan Knight, I see you over there, brother. I'm glad you joined us this morning. Definitely a pleasure having you with us. Now, it is now 9:20. You're about to exit the Morning Glow, but before you go, I want you to do me 2 favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number 2, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you'll never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. Now, we shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Now, take it out there into this cruel, wicked world that we live in and let your light so shine. We're going to end as we begin with the song. This is Leviticus. The name of the song is You Got It. You got it. Yeah, you got it.
David Miller, featuring the Levitical priesthood. And we got it in Christ, man. Living and walking and talking. Get your communication skills up, man. Look, we moving in a whole different realm. We exalted, man. We got it on the top. We got it, we speaking, man. It's like it's definitely in the tongue. Let's roll, Dave. If you want peace, you can have peace. You got peace. Situation will change anything that you're facing. If you want joy, you can have joy. Everybody smile. That's what people think about it. Not talking about when we die, think while we're still alive. We gotta live life half broke. Steady begging for offering. My God is so awesome that He supplies my every need. He lines up with my belief. And I have to see she read and find out what He decrees. There's power in the sun, please listen. And I ain't talking about the solar system. For instance, your mind might be caught in the trenches. So moving in existence, waiting for extension. So you will be the epitome of His vision. Why? To manifest the King's domain with it. So it's words of all like Lucifer Henry. You got it all like in the Adam when Pentecost he was hoping we should get it. If you want peace, you can have peace. Speak to your situation and change anything that you're facing. If you want joy, you can have joy. Stop talking about it, be about it. That's what we won't get with us. If you want love, you should spread love. If you get love, you get love. So keep on walking. You got it, we can have it. When Jesus already came and claimed victory over the thing that we think we gotta struggle with. But because of His nobody shall ever run. When he died, it was so ooh, I can rejoice because I know I got the victory. I thought that I was trying to make footstools out of my enemy. All I gotta do is speak his name and it'll be. And that ends I know decree if you do that much for me. Yeah.
Ain't no stopping you when the majesty gone. Using words as bullets as they leap from the man on the throne. So when you don't kick out the negativity, home. Stop stressing Roman noodle days with what about to be long gone. Home like E.T. Stop pitying like Mr. T. You got it, it ain't no mystery. Let it be history, forget the misery. Disappointment's hands go for